Hello, my name is Mordarim and today I'm going to show you a few spots and routes to efficiently farm schematics and other endgame materials. I'll provide you with a multitude of maps and short explanations for each one, as well as a high and low gear score route. You can get up to 200 schematics as well as multiple books each run, and one run takes around 15 minutes of your playtime. Now first a bit about loot. The Cathedral is the most efficient spot. You can see a full run in the background. It has a high chest density, high chance for schematics and books, and you can easily avoid enemies, but it requires a rather high gear score. You also need the slashers for this one. The E ability drops aggro and makes you a lot faster. The holy damage will keep chipping away at you, but you can heavily reduce this one by utilizing the Veiled Frost. This one provides you with a shield whenever you dash. At the end you can see loot for this one. You get around 25 schematics per run. Next up are group grinding spots. Now this doesn't mean you need to grind this one in a group, but it allows for a safer and much faster endeavor. There are a few I would consider worthy because you can pull together multiple groups of enemies, but this one requires heavy AoE. I personally love to use the Arctic Leap for this one. It deals massive damage in a gigantic AoE around you, and it freezes enemies, allowing you to finish them off afterwards. They cannot react to anything and this makes it much easier. But still, doing this one throughout the day is very much deadly. Next, let's have a look at the chest spots. I split them into two tiers, the teal one and the green one. The teal spots are usually less contested, but they still provide you with a good amount of chests. But the barrels, containers and enemies usually do not drop as many schematics. The green spots are much more contested, but they offer you a great chest density. Crates and barrels also have a higher chance to drop schematics, and enemies are also plentiful. Some of those spots also overlap with group grinding spots, making them perfect candidates for extended stays. Now let's have a look at the two routes I have come up with. The first one is a lower gear score one, meaning around 55 to 70 gear score. We start at the teleporter and moved on to the military camp south of this one. You can clear up some enemies on the way, but I would avoid pulling more than one group. You are not ready for group grinding at this point, at least not solo. Loot the chests and clear the mobs. Destroy some barrels for easy resources and move up to the city. Avoid the plaza as much as possible. There are multiple deadly enemy patrols here. Pulling one is okay, but everything above this one will be deadly at this point in time. Loot chests, destroy barrels and pick up some patrols whenever it's safe. The suburbs are also a great spot, especially at the beginning. You can pick up some cotton here, you can also pick up schematics and other resources in the cabinets and chests you can find here. And lastly, the southern military camp. This one is basically a beefed up version of the first one. There is more enemies, more chests and much better loot here. So next up is the high gear score one. We pick up the first group grinding spot here and AoE everything down while avoiding the military camp. It's not worth it at this point. The enemies here are lower in level and do not drop schematics all the time, but can also drop scrolls. So we move to the cathedral. We are now ready to loot this one. Check the plaza in the top right part of the city while looting every barrel, crate and chest you come across. Also make sure to check every building that's possible to check for chest spawns. They spawn there regularly and contain schematics nearly all the time. Now group together all enemies you can find here and AoE them down. There is a lot of very tough enemies here, but it shouldn't be a problem at this point. Afterwards move south, follow the path and check for more barrels, chests and enemies. The enemies in the south are usually not worth grouping, but you can kill them as a drive-by. Now we make a small detour to the Haber and we can loot some chests here, but the barrels and crates usually do not contain any schematics, or at least very rarely, so we skip those. Next up we pillage the suburbs and move to the southern military camp. Doing this route will net you a lot of schematics. You can see one of two inventories right here. We did this one as a duo. Now that's all there is to know about schematics. If you found this helpful, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. See you next time and bye.